Hello everyone. It's been a while since I did a What the Bleep is Cascade tutorial, so let's do another one today. It's the seventh one, and it will be the color over light. So I'm gonna make a new particle system. Obviously gonna name it Module 07 already. And it's color O life. There we go. And anything special I need to start with? I might need a texture for this. Let me see if I have a dot here. Basic dot. It's gray. That should work. Okay, nice. I'm gonna spawn a few less, so it's a bit more clear what's going on. Now let's play with the color over light. Now it always starts with a distribution vector constant curve, so it changes between two colors. Let's just change the color, the first color. Let's start with red. And slowly over life it will turn white again. It starts with orange at 0 and it ends the life at 1 with white. Now normally I tend to do something like 0.2 here, so there's a bit more coloration before it starts to change to another second color. And occasionally I always also end with 0.9 here, so there's a little bit of the final color already visible before it fades out, whatever. There you go. And the same thing actually is with alpha. It starts with fully visible and ends with being faded out. So if you have the out value of 1, it will never fade out, but it will just disappear. Or if you start with an out value of 0, it will fade in. So if you want to do something nice, you can actually get 3 going. It starts with being totally transparent. At 0.5 it's fully visible, or 1. And at the end it's 1 again. So it fades in and it fades out again. And that's basically the float constant curve with color over life. There are a few other things you can do. Let me first reset the alpha over life. Let's just make it a constant for now. And a constant of 1, so it's always visible. And go back here. Well, if you use a constant, it's basically just a normal constant. So now it's always white. And if I change that color, it will always be blue, etc., etc. Now there's also vector uniform. Let's pick red here. And for the other color, let's put blue. Sadly, there is no way to make this only pick one or pick between them. But you can at least use extremes and then, well, won't do anything. And personally, I wish there was a way that it just picked a color between this color and that color. But that's just not a thing. There are a way to maybe manipulate this, but I might go into that a bit later during this video. And there's also vector uniform curve, which almost does the same thing as the previous one, sadly. So at the out value, actually at the end value, it will be 1, of course. It will start with 0. And color 1 will be blue. And color 2 will be pink. Now, normally it would start with picking between blue and purple, but it doesn't, sadly. And at the out value, let's pick green. And another color, red. Now, if it was up to me, it would pick a color between blue and pinkish purple here, and then lerp until it gets to a color randomly picked between green and red. But sadly, that's not a thing. So, yeah. I wish there was a way to get this going, but sadly, it doesn't really work like that. As you can see, it keeps randomly, constantly picking between those two colors. It does slowly lure between the randomly picked this one as well, but it keeps swapping, and I wish there was a way to not do that. Even use extremes, nothing, and that's quite sad, sadly. I should make a post about that. So both the vector uniform and vector uniform curve are quite out of the question, and the particle parameter thing is so convoluted and it uses a lot of things. I want to make a separate tutorial for that. So I guess that's basically already everything that you want to know about color over life. It's most useful with the constant curve, so let's just make one for now. The int value, it starts at 0 at birth, and at birth it will be a red color in this case. There we go. About halfway, let's say 0.5 of life, the color has changed to a nice yellow. There we go. And slowly the particle will die and it will turn green. There. As you can see, it will now slowly move from orange to yellow to green. And you can also tweak those curves a little bit. Let's just click this button. This will create a graph in the curve editor. There we go. As you can see, it will go from orange to yellow to green. If you select all of them, you hold down Ctrl and Alt and select all of them, and you do auto, then it will be a bit more smooth between the color movement, as you can see. You can also use auto clamp to make sure it doesn't go over the 1 or below the 0 value. And user is just manual input. Break doesn't really do anything. Linear makes them as straight as possible, and constant does this. It skips to the other color. But I tend to use auto or auto clamp a lot. It depends on what you want to do. So yeah, I think that's all there is for this. So I hope you learned something from this. Anyways, I will dig deeper into the reason why stuff like the vector uniform and the vector unicurve aren't working like the way I expect it to be. I already made a post about it a long time ago, but I kind of forgot that the answer I got wasn't satisfactory. So for now, that's it, and maybe I'll make a new tutorial soon. Take care.